Hi everyone, I'm David DeVoe and I'm going to show you how to make sushi letters today. Now, before we get started, I just want to extend a little thank you to Sorted Food. Last week they copied my mosaic sushi roll and they did a very good job at it. A link is just appeared on the top left corner which will take you to their video. Also, if you're subscribed to my channel, you might as well subscribe to their channel. They're a good bunch of lads. They make amazing videos. They make 3 videos a week, pumping them out. It's just amazing. Anyway, just click here now and you'll directly subscribe to their channel. So before you learn to assemble letter sushi rolls, you have to learn how to make this. This is campio boiled in soya sauce and fish stock, or dashi stock, and a little bit of olive oil to stop it from sticking to each other. And basically campio is dried shavings of a gourd. Now, impossible to find. So if you can't find it, just substitute it for some really wide noodles like these. You just want something to absorb the soya sauce and the dashi stock so you get the taste and the flavor and the color that you're looking for to get this. Alright, so to begin with, you just take your campio or noodles, whatever you used, and you just flatten them out just to make it a nice, easy, workable surface. Sometimes they curl up, so you just want to make sure that it's completely flat. Now that you rolled out your campio, you just lay it over some nori. Leave a little bit at the edge so you can fold it over. There we go. If it goes over the edge, you just cut that off, trim it off. And beautiful. Now you're going to want to make different sizes for different letters. For example, an L will use one long piece and one short piece. An O will use one very big piece, and an S would use another very big piece, and so on and so on. There we go. Now you just leave this, put some pressure over it, maybe a book or something, or a wooden plank, and just leave it for 30 seconds to a minute just to adhere to the nori. You want it to be in a nice compressed package. And if you require a smaller piece, because say you want to use it for the small piece of an E, then no problem, you just cut it. But now you've opened the package, so you're going to want to seal that back up. All you do, you just take another piece of nori, place it under it, and then just fold it over. And now put it underneath the book, just to re-seal. This makes it more easy to work with. So you can just make big pieces and then just always them down to whatever size you need. So now I'm going to make 2 letters at the same time. And what I've done is I've made 3 strips of campio inside nori. 2 of them are half the size of the big one. Now I'm just going to cut them in half. There we go. So I've got 3 small pieces for the E and 1 big one, and 1 big one and 1 small one for the L. Okay, so you begin by just simply putting a square of rice, leaving a gap here at the back, on top of one of the big pieces. And now you place the bottom of your L. Okay, so you just keep placing rice on top until it's the same height as the bottom of your L. Now the back, you're going to want to add a little bit of rice so that it goes a bit curved, because sushi rolls are circular on the inside. So you just need to compensate for that, because otherwise the back of the L will start to bend when you actually roll it, which is no good. So just a little hump. This will keep it all in line. Perfect. Now we can begin work on the letter E. So you take one of your small pieces and just lay it down flat. Now you add a little bit of rice across it. Perfect. Not too much. And then you add your second layer of the E. Once that's done, you add a little bit more rice on top. Beautiful. Okay, and now you add your third small piece on top. So you've made a little triple sandwich here. Okay, so now you take the little sandwich you've made and you place it on top of your large piece. It should fit perfectly without anything coming out the sides. And now it's just a question of just applying the pressure so it just stays in one piece. Now again, just like the other one, you want to put a little bit of rice on the back of this. Just a tiny amount. It's very important not to overdo it with these letters, because once you overdo it, it's very hard to undo. I mean, you have to start ripping stuff apart and it's really annoying. Okay, so there's your letter pieces ready. And you just put these to one side and now you prep your base. Okay, so now you place your rolling mat on your cutting board. Add half a sheet of nori. And then spread a very thin layer of sushi rice. If you need to know how to make sushi rice, a link is just appeared on the top left corner, which will take you to my website where I've got a video and a little bit of information about how to make sushi rice. Okay, so you add your L, pretty much in the middle here, to one side, and your E, just up on the opposite side, right next to each other. So they're perpendicular to each other, like this. Okay, now you bring up one side, bring up the other side. See, the rice doesn't quite meet. So in this case, I would want to add a little bit more rice here. So quickly, just cover this and that should be enough. You want to always just observe and then change it, because this is more like an art than a science. Okay, so now you seal it. Perfect. Okay. You don't even need a rolling mat really, you just use your hands to do it. Beautiful. Okay, so just slice through. And look at the letter up here. Beautiful. Amazing. There we go. And now to find the L. That's a little bit of an L there. Wait, it's just a little bit deeper. Okay, wrong way around. Just turn it around. Bam. Beautiful letter sushi. Alright, that's an L and E done. Okay, so now to make the letter O. Lightly wet your hands. Put a little bit of rice in the middle of your campo strip with nori around it. And then you simply want to make sure there's enough rice so that it seals closed as a circle. Now what you want to do is you want to use your sushi rolling mat to just make sure there's a nice even circle. Just roll it around and it will become a circle. Okay, nice. Now that you've made your circle, you take your half sheet of nori. What you want to do is you want to just spread the rice softly over it just like before. And you want to leave a little piece at the top just to close the roll. Okay, beautiful. Now add your circular O in the middle and then just simply roll it around. What you're looking for here is that the end of the nori meets the nori and the rice just makes a perfect little sphere around the sphere inside. And then you just finish it off, firm it up with a sushi rolling mat. And there you go. Now you take your bamboo rolling mat away. And you take your knife and you simply cut. You should have a nice little circular O inside. Perfect. Okay, now for the last two letters. I made a pretty big one here and I'm just going to cut it in half. What we're going to make here is a U and a V. Okay, so simply place a little bit of rice on one side, creating a slope. Just mold it out with your finger, going to about halfway. And that's basically your V. Alright, so now to make the U shape, it's pretty simple. Just place some rice in the middle. flip it upside down and then just press it down like so. You can use a bamboo rolling mat just to get the right shape. You just press the sides down. Make sure you have a round bottom. Perfect. Now again, you add a little bit of rice to the sides just to make it the same symmetrical shape so that it doesn't deform. You want them all to be a rectangular shape. This way they don't get mashed up or deformed when you start rolling. Okay, that should more or less do. Put it to one side and get ready for rolling. Okay, now to assemble the letters, just place a bamboo rolling mat with half a sheet of nori and spread a thin layer of rice across the nori. Once you've covered the rice completely, you place your V and your U in the middle, like so. Now you bring both sides over, gently. Try to keep the shape of the U and the V. And now you just gently seal the roll. Don't worry about it being circular right now. You can always change the shape of the roll once it's closed. So now you can press it into a square just by applying pressure like so. Okay, now you cut the sushi roll. To reveal the letter inside. Beautiful. And that's a V. And now to find the U. Okay, that's halfway through the roll. And there's your U. Done. So that was how to make letter sushi, and I'm guessing you guys want to know what we spelled out. And I figured since it takes a lot of work to do this, I'm guessing whoever makes this will want to make it for someone they like or something. So without further ado, love you. That's what we spelled out. This week's choices are the panda sushi roll or the flour sushi roll. As always, leave your vote in a comment below and I'll tie them up, and next Wednesday I'll make one or the other. Now, this week, one difference. If you write a comment larger than 50 words long, then your vote counts as 2. So if you really want something to win, then write a big comment with it. Thank you, appreciate it. See you next week.